Sometimes small gear surprises you. You don't always need the biggest telescope or the most expensive gear to capture something genuinely breathtaking. Sometimes it's the smallest pieces of kit that completely surprise you. Tonight, I'm out under the sky with something a bit different. This is SVBONY's SV535, a tiny, fast astrophotography lens. And honestly, I wasn't expecting much, but I think this might be one of the most interesting budget astro lenses I've tested in a long time. My name's Glenn, and you're watching Astrobloke. Hey everyone, welcome back. And if you're new here, I'm Astrobloke, and on this channel I do a mix of astrophotography adventures, gear reviews, and trying to squeeze the best possible images out of the night sky. And tonight we're looking at the SVBONY SV535. This is a 105mm focal length f2.8 APO astro lens, which basically means it's fast, it's portable, it's built for stars, and more importantly, it's not ridiculously expensive. So the big question is, does it deliver under the night sky? Let's find out. So, this is the SV535. It's not a normal camera lens. It's not pretending to be a daytime portrait lens. This is designed specifically for astrophotography. 105mm focal length is a sweet spot. Not too wide, not too zoomed in. It's right in that zone where you can frame things like Orion Nebula, Andromeda Galaxy, the Rosette, Pleiades, or big star fields. And the fact it's f2.8, that's fast. That means you're gathering a lot of light quickly, which is exactly what we want. One thing I love about astrophotography is it doesn't have to be complicated. Some people believe you've got to spend several £1,000s on a mount. You need a massive refractor, filters, guiding, and even cooled cameras. But honestly, some of the best nights I've had out under the stars has been with a small tracker, a DSLR, and a lens. And this is a nice fast one. It's surprisingly solid. Full metal body, smooth focus, and it's light. About 480 grams. That means this is perfect for star trackers, travel rigs, lightweight mounts. And that's huge, because portability in astrophotography is underrated. If your setup is too heavy, you won't use it. This, you'll actually take it outside. Now, it's not packed with loads of features, it's just manual focus. The f2.8 is fixed, you can't adjust that at all. But let's be honest, with a DSLR, the autofocus isn't going to work at night time. So take your time with focusing, get a nice bright star, zoom in until it's the smallest it can be. Normally you see those stars snap into focus. And I'll be honest with you, when I see that happen, it's really quite satisfying. So tonight, I'm going to keep things really simple. A star tracker, a DSLR camera, and the SV535. All I need now is a clear patch of sky. No guiding, no complicated rig, just a lightweight setup. This is actually the way a lot of people start, and honestly, the way a lot of people stay, because to me, it's fun. Now it's not flawless, as I say, the f-stop is fixed, as is the focal length, and back focus, there's not a lot of playroom at all for that, but you can still add a 2-inch filter to the mix. So if you're working on something like a narrowband target, or you want to put a light pollution filter on, if you just take the end dust cap off, the actual end here, and I've got SVBONY's dual narrowband SV220 here, which is their 3nm, and I am doing a little bit of a test and review on that. That's on the front there. We can put the dew shield back on, and there we have an astronomy filter fitted. So that's going to give you really good results, hopefully, especially with, say, a narrowband target, and that's going to cut out any light pollution. So who should buy this? Well, if you're getting into astronomy, you're interested in doing some wide field objects, you're using a star tracker, you want a portable rig, or you're traveling to some dark skies, or you might just be tired of lugging around a heavy scope and rig, this is a brilliant option. I'd call it a gateway lens, a lens that makes astrophotography feel accessible. Because the night sky belongs to everyone, not just people like me who have observatories. If you click my description below, you will see links to both Amazon and SVBONY's direct website for you to be able to purchase this scope. There is also another scope being mentioned, which is the SV535, and I will be following up with a video on that scope at a later date. So on the Amazon here, it's showing you some information of how to connect a cooled camera to the lens, which looks really good, and also it will show you how to connect smaller cameras and also mirrorless lenses. So I've got the Sony mirrorless A7S, which I have tried out, and I see here they also do the RF mount and the Z mount, so that would be for other cameras. So I've got an RF Canon, so I could add that to it too. Looking at the prices, we've got £289.99 on UK Amazon, and on US Amazon it's $299.99, and if you go direct to SVBONY, you've got £286.79. So very similar prices. Obviously, ordering direct from SVBONY, you could come across some import duties. So if you want to buy it from the Amazon, you'll get it nice and quick, and you won't get any issues with import duty. As I say, all the links are below in the description of the video, so please check them out. There are some extra discounts available. So with the SVBONY SV535, if you put in the code BLOKE535, you'll get an extra $20 off. And if you use the code BLOKE545, this is for the SVBONY SV545 lens, and you'll save a further $30 off of that lens should you wish to buy it. As I say, I will have a video following up shortly all about that lens too. Here is a couple of shots from the actual lens in use. One was just taken of the moon in the early evening. Quite a nice size, the moon, so you can get a nice picture of something like that with this lens very simply, and it was literally a case of just little hand focus and up it popped. I've got a nice picture here of a star field that I took with the lens. I didn't quite nail the focus. I think I'm going to need to put a batten-off mask on to get a much cleaner image. But what I'd like to show you here is obviously what's most important is the shape of the stars especially at the edges and the corners. So with a lot of my other lenses, camera lenses, you get a lot of coma going to the edges and the corners, and the stars become elongated, and there's also quite strong chromatic aberration. This one seems very well corrected, and the star shapes are extremely good. So 105mm focal length, and this was using the full frame sensor on the Sony A7S. So we're using the full ability of the lens there with a full frame sensor, and we can see there that it's controlling the stars very nicely. So I'm quite impressed with that. My next project will be to do some long exposures and try and produce a nice image. Unfortunately, the weather is not allowing me to do that at the moment, but as soon as I get a chance, I will follow up with a nice image. There's something really special about capturing photons that left a nebula 1,000 years ago and only tonight decided to land on your sensor. And lenses like this make it easier, lighter and simpler, and honestly a bit more fun. So yeah, I'd say the SVBONY SV535 has surprised me. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and consider subscribing to the channel, and tell me below what target would you like me to shoot next. And as always, I wish you all clear skies, take care, and I'll see you under the stars.